What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's another Friday. Welcome to the Case by Case Sports Show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeremy Case. So the host is what we do. We talk Broncos, Avalanche, Nuggets, Rockies. That's what we do. Let's get into it right now. We're going to kick things off tonight, or shall I say this Friday morning, with we'll kick it off with the Denver Nuggets, man. Let's talk about the Nuggets. So since Wednesday, the Nuggets, they've only had one game. They had one game. They went down to New Orleans and got the victory on they got the victory there on Wednesday night. They went down to New Orleans, got the victory on Wednesday night, 125 to 118 for the Nuggets. Um, you know, honestly, man, this game, there's a lot to say about this game, but just the overall thoughts, honestly, like it's a lot closer than anybody wanted it to be. And coming off that tough loss that they had previously, the Nuggets had against um the Bulls on, I think that was Monday night. Coming off that tough loss they had on Monday night, I mean, yes, it's a win, right? Obviously, it's a win, and it was what you like to see with the Nuggets, but like it was way closer than it needed to be. The Nuggets kind of, man, they looked kind of sloppy on defense, honestly. They did. And it just wasn't where I'd like to see the Nuggets defensively. Like, don't get me wrong, man. There was a lot to be happy about in this win. Like Peyton Watson went off for 32 points, 13 from 19 to the floor. There was a lot to be happy about. I mean, Cameron Johnson scored 14 points. Jokic again with another triple double. I mean, it seems like the dude just does it in his sleep. Like, I hate to sound like a spoiled asshole about it, but it's like that's kind of what we expect from Jokic, right? Is like a triple double. Like I hate to sound like an asshole. I mean, Valanciunas was solid again, 14 points. You know, Hardaway Jr. had a little bit less of a night, but Peyton Watson with a career high 32 points, like for a night. It just Nuggets were on fire from three. I will say that the Nuggets were fucking on fire from 3-point land. I mean, 3-point, like 11 for 31. A field goal percentage of 55%. Um, it's just really good shit that you'd like to see, but it just, I don't know, man. It just seemed like they were like exhausted or something, or just off their game or some shit. Like, it just didn't seem right. It didn't seem right. Like Derek Queen, he got off for the Pelicans. You know what I mean? Like, Derek Queen had 30 points. Trey Murphy had 23 points. Zion had 14 points. Zion looked pretty solid in that game, actually. Offensively, he looked like he was getting, like, the Nuggets just didn't look like they were like defensively, like uh doing good in the lane. I hate to say it, but like Zeke Naji did not look good, bro. I question Zeke Naji's like role in future with this team, man. Like, that contract's starting to look fucking bad, like real bad for Zeke Naji. Like 2 points, you had 2 points in 27 minutes, 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3-point land. The only 2 points you made was at the charity stripe, and you're a minus 18 on the floor. That is a glaring fucking issue, bro. That's like a glaring fucking issue. Especially with Valanciunas being like a solid backup option for Jokic at the center position. I'm not even sure anymore where Zeke Naji even fits in the scheme of the Nuggets right now. Like, I don't know. At this point, I'm cool with just shipping Zeke Nnaji off for some picks. Even if it's like fourth, fifth rounder, I don't give a fuck. Like, get something for him. Get something for him. Because that performance was ass, bro. Like, and I get it. Like, he hasn't had a lot of playing time this year for the Nuggets. Like, but that's because Valanciunas is like a super good option. Valanciunas stepped in and took his place. Like, here are Zeke Nnaji's stats so far this season. Averaging 1.9 points per game, 0.3 assists per game, 16.7% from three-point line, and a field goal percentage overall 40%. Like, total, he's this year, he's only had almost 7 minutes total on the floor. I mean, this team is just so deep right now, bro. I don't see where Zeke Nnaji fits. And that's not a knock against Zeke Nnaji. It's just, this might not be the place for him, so to speak. It just it's not the place for him, probably. This team is too talented. Like, there's such a talent shift going from last year to this year. It's just like, bro, like, like, granted, at the beginning of the year, we didn't know what Valanciunas was going to be because, we didn't even know if he was honestly going to fucking play for the Nuggets at the beginning of this year. We didn't know. We just didn't know, man. And I was just watching that game too. Pelicans color commentator just annoyed the shit out of me. Like, the guy was just like really hyped for no reason. I get it. That's like his job is to be upbeat and you got to be entertaining on a like a play by play for TV. But that dude was just like a little bit too over the top, a little bit too much, bro. A little bit too much for being a color commentator. I don't know. Maybe it's just my ears from listening for like almost 2 decades with Chris Marlowe and Scott Hastings, but like, I don't know. That dude was like, he was a bit much, bro. He was a bit much, honestly, for that. So, I mean, the Nuggets go into New Orleans. They do get the win. But, tough matchup tonight for the Nuggets here on a Friday night. They're facing the Houston Rockets and stupid NBA Cup fucking matchup. I hate the NBA Cup. That's irrelevant to this matchup. But like the Rockets, they're winners of 5 straight. And granted, those 5 wins haven't been against great teams: Bucks, Wizards, Trailblazers, Magic, Cavaliers. They haven't been like great. But like, dude, fucking Kevin Durant right now is like having a resurgence, bro. 20, almost 30 points per game. His field goal percentage overall this year is like almost at 50%. Like, he's getting like 36 minutes a night, averaging. Like, dude's a monster. Now that he went to Houston, he's like, it's like something new with him. Like, he's just having a resurgence in his career, bro. It's fucking crazy. Like, in that win against Cleveland, looking at it here, 37 minutes, 20 points. I mean, he was 1 for 6 from 3, but like, that's faded ever since that injury. But like, those mid-range jumpers, bro, that's where he gets it in. And they got Steven Adams, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith. This is a good team, bro. This bench is deep. Like Clint Capella, Aaron Holiday, fucking, it's pretty. It's not the greatest, but it's deep. It's deep for sure. Rockets defend really, really well, man. They defend really, really well. A lot of pluses up and down that roster. Very few minuses. So that tells you it's a really good defensive team, especially with Clint Capella. He's a good defensive specialist, bro. He may not do anything that's going to show up like on SportsCenter top 10 or anything, but like, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 defensive rebounds last game. Like that guy's been a monster defensively for the Rockets. So, you know, it was honestly a game for the Nuggets that I wanted to see them dominate the Pelicans because the Pelicans, I mean, let's face it, bro. They're ass this year. They are not good. Like 2-13. That's their record. 2-13. 1-5 at home. They after the Nuggets beat them, that put them at 7 straight losses. Like, man, I know I sound greedy, but bro, like, especially like the last time you beat them, it was 122-88. Like, you dominated their ass. And it was 125-118. It wasn't that like dominant this time. And you weren't coming off a back-to-back or anything. You had a night in between. Like, I just didn't know what the fuck is going on with this team right now. I don't know. Like, I don't know if like they're dealing, like a couple of players are dealing with some injuries or what's going on right now. Like, the bench is picking up the slack though. And I like that. I like that the bench is picking up the slack. That's good. That's what we need. But there's just times, man, where this team seems disinterested, bored, just not in it. And I don't understand what the fuck is happening. Like, we have a team that's built to win an NBA fucking title this year. We really do. And I need everybody on this team to start recognizing that. Like I said on Wednesday, man, we're not fucking, this ain't, we're not in Charlotte. We're not New Orleans. We're not in Portland. We're doing this shit to win a title. Like, we're serious about competing this year. And Oklahoma City, bro, they ain't stopping for shit, man. Oklahoma City ain't stopping for shit. They're 15-1. They've won 7 straight. They're running through motherfuckers right now. They are running through motherfuckers. Left, right, and center. Like, you guys need to get this shit together. Granted, we don't face the Thunder until February. And granted, like, out of those 7 wins, maybe 2 or 3, like 2 of those were quality. 3 of the, Warriors, a win against the Warriors and a win against the Kings, probably 2. And their last 7 wins are at Kings, at Grizzlies, home with the Warriors, home with the Lakers, at Charlotte, at New Orleans, and at home versus the Kings. So 2 of the Kings wins and the Warriors wins is probably your 3 quality wins out of those last 7. Like, they're running through motherfuckers, bro. Like, Shea is on fire. Had 33 points the other night. Like, they're the defending champions, man. They're the defending champions in your division. We need to win. Like, we need to get a 1 or a 2 seed. I don't know. Like, I know that sounds so fucking greedy for me to not be happy with this team with where they're at right now. I know that sounds greedy as shit, but them being 11-3. But we're 3 games back at Oklahoma City, and like, the Western Conference in general is going to be tough this year. San Antonio's tough. Houston's tough. Oklahoma City's going to be tough. Minnesota's going to fucking play you tough. You know this. The Kings look like they're going to be a tough team this year. The Warriors are a tough team. Like, bro, it's all up and down this fucking conference. Like, this, I mean, you're going to need 55 to 65 wins to be in the top 3 positions in this division this year. I don't know. I might sound fucking weird by saying that, but I just like to see the Nuggets pick it up. And like this is gonna be like a good, like true test for the Nuggets, you know? And we've done good against good teams. Like, that Saturday we went to Minnesota, beat the brakes off of them. I was kind of worried about that game, but we came out and did good. We beat the Warriors. We beat the brakes off the Warriors too. Like I was a little bit worried about that game. Sacramento, we handled them well, but this Rockets team ain't fucking around, bro. They've won 7 straight or 5 straight. Excuse me, not 7. They've won 5 straight. They're 10-3. They're only 1 game behind you. Winners of 5 straight coming in. I don't know, man. Better get that shit together. Better get that shit together. That's all I can say, man. Like, it's interesting. All right, man. Well, let's move on here. Let's talk about the other team that had a game this week. Let's talk about the Colorado Avalanche. Had a game last night against the New York Rangers. New York Rangers come to town. They've only had 1 game since between Wednesday and now. And Rangers came to town, man. And this one, like I know the final score was 6-3. They get the win. They stay hot at home, win 7 in a row, undefeated at home, 7-0-2. We're still the Avs stay hot, bro. Fucking Scott Wedgwood. Oh my god. Like I understand now why Jared Bednar made the move to put Scott Wedgwood as the number 1 goalie, because he is the number 1 goalie. It's not even just like a stats thing either. Like he had 18 saves on 15 shots, or 15 saves on 18 shots, gave up 3 goals, and you look at that on the stat sheet and you're like, God damn, like that's kind of bad. But like, dude, some of the saves that he was making, just like highlight reel saves, like Patty Waugh type saves, man. Like Patty Waugh back in the day type saves, doing full splits, butterflies, getting out in the crease. Just he saved the Avs' ass, because there were a couple times where the Avs were struggling in this game with turnovers. Like they were struggling with turnovers, turning the puck over in their own zone. And it led to like some real good quality scoring chances for the Rangers. And like Wedgwood was there every single time to bail their ass out, man. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good game for the Avs. Really hard fought game, hard contested game, man. Like Rangers were there to play. They were there to play. I mean, their record is 10-9-2, and they're about bottom half of their division. But make no mistake, that team is really, really talented, man. That team is super talented. I mean, they still got Mika Zibanejad. They still got Lafreniere. They got Adam Fox. Shesterkin. Good God, this was like a goalie battle. This game, even though it gave up 6, the Avs technically got they got an empty netter, but Shesterkin was good, man. He was real solid for the Rangers last night. He was. I don't give a fuck what that final score, any of the stat sheet says. Like, he was making it hard for the Avs to score, especially early on in the first 2 periods. He didn't break till about, the last half of the 3rd period. He really didn't. I mean, and the Rangers, like Artemi Panarin, they're a very physical team. The Rangers are. I believe they out-hit the Avs in this game. Yeah, 22-17. Like, it was a fucking, like, gong show on the ice, man. It really was. Avs outshot the Rangers pretty significantly, 35-19, but it was pretty stalemated for a while until like the last half of the 3rd period, bro. Really was. And then the Rangers, it kind of killed them by having the penalties. 12 penalty minutes to Avs 4. Avs only had one power play goal tonight. They were 1 for 6. So still, man, I don't know what's wrong with this power play. I can't really put my thumb on it. Like tonight, they struggled bad with it, but like most nights, that's kind of typical that they have like a 1 for 7 or 2 for 5 night on the power play. They don't really get that many power play goals. I just don't know what the hell. And but it's not like tonight they struggled. But like most nights, man, like the passing's there, the play setup's there, the opportunities are there. They just don't score. Like so. It's not even really a pucks on net issue. It's just like trying like fluidity issue, gelling issue. It's not a talent issue for sure. Cause like McKinnon outside of this, he fucking scores, you know, Landeskog, McCarr, they all score. Nature scores, they get opportunities 5-on-5, hella plenty. Like they really, really do. But it, I just, I don't know what the fuck is up with this power play. And I'm not trying to panic about it, but it's like, guys, like you think this would be a really huge point of emphasis for the Avs. Like, guys, this was the shit that buried you in the playoffs and like was the reason why you fucking lost in 7 games to the Stars. Because you couldn't get the power play goals when you needed it. Like power play goals in the playoffs are like super, super, super important because those may be the only goals or opportunities you get to get goals because the playing is so tough 5-on-5 at that point. So, like, I don't know what the fuck needs to happen with this power play, but it needs to get better and quick. Like, the talent's there, man. The talent's there with this power play. The talent's there with this team. This team can compete for and or win a cup. No doubt about it. I know I like with the Nuggets. I know I sound greedy. I know I sound so fucking greedy with this team. I know it, bro. I know I sound greedy, but it's just like those things will kill you in the playoffs, man. Those things will fucking kill you in the playoffs. Regular season is a lot more forgiving than the playoffs. The playoffs in any sport are way tougher. And not only that, you're dealing with a ton more injuries. Everybody's banged up. It's been a long season. Like, you're running on fumes at that point. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're running on fucking fumes at that point. And it takes everything you got to win. That's why it's so hard to win a championship in any sport, especially baseball. That shit's long as fuck. But I'm not trying to be too negative. Let's focus on some positive things. Nathan McKinnon, he had 2 goals, 1 assist this game. He passes Paul Stastny, or not Paul Stastny. Was it Paul Stastny? It was I think it was Peter Stastny as second all time for Avs Nordiques points and team history. Congratulations to Nate McKinnon. Super, super, super hot. I mean, fuck, he's one of the best hockey players on the planet right now, man. On the fucking planet. Like him and McCarr. Good God, dude. I just keep saying it, man. I'm going to keep emphasizing it. Colorado sports fans, like, enjoy this shit. Enjoy this shit, man. Enjoy this shit. Because we may not see this shit again, especially with all 3 teams, Nuggets, Avs, Broncos, doing this good. I mean, this is the one time in my 34, almost 35 years of living that I've seen it. This is like once in at least every 30 years. Enjoy this shit. Dude, we might have multiple parades come June. Think about that. Multiple parades. Not a parade. We might have multiple parades come June. Fuck. I can't even imagine. Like, that's never happened before in Colorado. Never. I mean, actually, it technically has with the Rapids and I think with the Mammoth. technically it has happened, but like not with the major sports teams. It hasn't. It hasn't, bro. Like what we're seeing in Colorado sports right now is so fucking unreal. But yeah, Avs get the win 6-3. Now, now it starts to get tough for the Avs. It starts to get tough. Saturday night, we're going to Nashville. Right? Saturday night we go to Nashville. Nashville 6-10-4, but they're 5-5-2 at home. Divisional opponents, Central Division, like they're gonna play you tough, man. They're gonna play you tough. Gavin Brindley's out. Nichushkin's out. Gavin Brindley's day to day. He didn't play tonight, or he didn't play last night. Excuse me, not tonight. He didn't play last night. LOC's on his way back. He'll be back hopefully by middle of next month. But, Nashville, they're going to play you tough. I know their record is 6-10-4. And, they're cellar dwellers in the Central Division, right? They're at the bottom with St. Louis, but I'm telling you, they're going to fucking play you tough. Don't come out flat-footed. It's on the road on a Saturday night. Do not come out fucking flat-footed. Especially with the way this team has been playing. You guys have won 7 straight. Fucking act like it. I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks about that shit. On TikTok, whatever. Play like it, bro. And then Sunday we go to Chicago. Again, Chicago's actually turned their shit around. Like Bedard has retooled his whole entire way he approaches the game, how he trains, and he's running at an optimal level right now. Blackhawks are 10-6-4. They're third in the Central Division. They got 24 points this year. They're technically, I guess, fourth. But they're pretty much essentially tied with Winnipeg at third place. They're going to play you really tough. You're in their own building. Bedard is on fire this year. He leads their team in points, assists, and goals in all 3 major categories. He's figured it out. Their defensive unit is massive, and it is good. Spencer Knight, he's not a bum. Spencer Knight is not a bum this year. In 14 games, he's 7-4 with a 2.42 goals against average. That's tough, man. Save percentage is 9.22. That's tough. He's tough to score on, bro. He is tough to score on. So this is going to be a tough little road trip for the Avs. We'll see what happens. I mean, they could. If they don't come out and approach these games properly, they could go 0-2 on this shit. No joke. They could. This is a possibility. Realistically, though, I think the worst they do is 1-1. Best they do is 2-0. The loss I can see happening is at Chicago. Chicago's super, super tough, man. Super, super tough. I'm telling you, they got it together defensively, and Bedard's got it together. He's starting to look like the number 1 overall pick in the NHL. He's starting to play like it now. So let's hope the best. And then Nate McKinnon, he got interviewed in between periods about passing Peter Stastny, and he's just so he just does not give a shit because he understands, man. Nathan McKinnon is just he's a different breed of person, bro. He does not give two shits in a dog's pile about individual stats, records, any of that. He wants Stanley Cups, bro. He wants to be like 99. He wants to be like 8. He wants to be like those guys. Bobby Orr, you know? Those fucking he wants to be like those Canadiens teams, the 60s and 70s, they just went on cup runs, like 5 in a row. Those early Maple Leafs teams, those fucking Penguins teams, those Penguins teams and those Blackhawks teams of the mid 2000s and the 2010s, bro. He wants those cups. I get it. Individual stats and records are nice when you look back at the end of the year, but it's even sweeter when you win a fucking Stanley Cup. Even sweeter when you win a fucking Stanley Cup. I totally understand that. And so does Nathan McKinnon. That's why it's not that he doesn't care. It's just that he's got one thing on his mind. All right, man. Let's move on to our next team. Let's move on to the Colorado Rockies here. Not much for the Rockies. It's quiet. It's quiet right now. I think the winter meetings are December 8th and 11th, so they're going to be happening in a couple weeks. Couple weeks for the winners meetings. It'll kind of be interesting to see what happens at the winter meetings for the Rockies. New president of baseball operations. Walker Monfort pretty much running most of it. Uh, it's still going, but it's pretty quiet right now. Free agency has been going since November 2nd, so the Rockies have made some like lower level moves, but they haven't made. I mean, we still got ways to go, right? Until pitchers and catchers report in February. We still got a ways to go for free agency, but nothing so far. I guess it'll be interesting to see where the Rockies land in the draft lottery. That'll be interesting to see because it'll just like it's just I guess it's just interesting overall to see how Paul DePodesta is gonna like run this whole shit, dude. Run this whole thing. I don't know if it were me, man. I'm Paul DePodesta right now. I'm just every draft pick is a fucking pitcher. Like for the Rockies, bro, I do not want to see the Rockies draft one single fucking position player until you can get that pitching rotation nice and tight and the bullpen and a solid closer. I don't give a fuck about position players, man. I don't care because I've said it for years, bro. Like, I remember when, like, Trevor Story came to the team and, like, all anybody could do was just, like, gush over Trevor Story. And he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player. He's a solid player. I remember thinking, like, man, Trevor Story could hit 100 home runs in a season and the Rockies would still lose 90 games. Position players don't mean shit, bro. Like, they're essential when you have pitching. But the Rockies haven't had pitching in quite some time. I hope that Paul DePodesta is going to build this team from the mound forward. And I'm not expecting any big moves, man. The only goal for the Rockies that should be for the upcoming season is to not have a fourth straight 100 loss season. End of story. That's the goal. Fuck all this talk about, oh, now we're going to compete and blah 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 blah. That's bullshit. You can't turn over a roster that quickly. I'd like to see the Rockies get back to where they were in the late 2000s, winning 90 to 100 games, and getting in that wild card. That's where we need to be. It's going to take a minute to get there. It might take 2 or 3 years to get there. That's where I'd like to see the Rockies return to, where they were in those mid to late 2000s. Just averaging 90 to 100 wins every year. That's where we need to be. That's where we need to get back to. We need to go out and we need to find some pitchers, bro. Pitchers. I don't know. That's kind of all I have for the Rockies, but I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it, honestly. All right. With that being said, let's move on to the Broncos. Not much for the Broncos, man. It's bye week. It's quiet for the Broncos, too. Bye week. Everybody's got the day, pretty much the whole week off. 9-2 coming off that big win against the Chiefs, man. A lot of players getting rest. Hopefully we get Surtain back next Sunday night against the Washington Commanders. Hopefully get Jonah Ellis. Hopefully get Alex Singleton back. Hopefully he's doing well with his recovery. Best wishes to him. By the way, shout out to Chris Hathaway and the whole entire field crew at Empower Field at Mile High, man. Those guys, man. They had the shortest turnaround time before the Chiefs game. 7 days to turn that field around. Lay a whole new field, whole new graphics. These guys did a great job. Not one complaint. Unlike where we're about to go in the fucking DC, where like 15 players over the last 10 years have had career-ending injuries on that fucking turf. They're not great. But yeah, man, it's a bye week. I don't know what else to say other than hopefully the Broncos are gonna game plan this game out and we can just get this shit rolling. Good, good and well, because it's going to be an interesting last 6 games. I think this is kind of the right time for the Broncos to get a break too, to get a bye week. I think this is about a good time. Deep in the season, most players are kind of hurting by now. It's good. This is a good time. It's a really good time. I don't know, man. I ain't got really much to say other than that. I think that's where we're going to end. It is going to be a really short show this week, but shout outs to everybody in the Mile High City, man. Denver, Colorado. Wish I could be living there. Hopefully one day I'll return. I'm going to definitely get back for some games, but man, shout out to all you guys, all the Denver fans, Rockies, Broncos, Nuggets, Avalanche, man. It's humming. It's good. And next week, Thanksgiving week, shout out to all those who celebrate it. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate it. Hopefully it's a good one for you guys. It's not going to be too busy for the Nuggets, but it will be way busy for the Avalanche. Be a hockey heavy podcast week next week. And then we'll go into a preview for the Broncos taking on the Commanders next Sunday night. So we'll be looking off for that. Give us a subscribe on YouTube, Case by Case Sports Show. Give us a follow on X, Case by Case Sports Show. Follow on TikTok, case.by.case.show on TikTok, man. Follow us on Spotify. Give us a 5-star review. And yeah, man, we will see you guys next Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. We'll break down some Avs and Nuggets. Be a heavy Avs Nuggets podcast. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys so much. We will see you later.